guys, this is the part 2 of our taxi driving service. Now you see, this is the backend, right? These are all the resources being used externally from some workers, you can say the taxi drivers, and then this is the front end that the client gets access to. Now what we're going to do is, this is, just imagine, it's not an optimal system, but at this point it's working. You have all your algorithms, you have all your functions, all these people that are working inside are automated through code. All this job is automated, right? These people, multiple components are there. Now what happens is, now you imagine this whole thing, right? This whole thing, I'm gonna just delete this, right? This whole thing, we have regions, right? Now if you just have it in this region, right, this is your application and the whole automation that you have done. So even if you are within one city or a province or a state, what's going to happen is users will send all the requests to this, right? Hundreds of requests are coming from users. It cannot process it as accurately as possible. So this, because it is a whole automated package, let's suppose you have developed in Spring, in Java Spring or Flask or anything that's server technologies, what you do is, you basically, this is your, we will call it location A. Here we're gonna make another server. Here we're gonna make another server. Here we're gonna make another server, and here we're gonna make another server, right? So now this is much optimal. Why? Another user request comes in. Let's imagine this server is busy, it's processing a job for this person, then we will route its request here. Another user comes in, right? His request will be logged in here. So this is the concept of distributed computing, that we distribute our application on different server nodes, then accordingly we process everything, right? So this is basically, this are all efforts that we can optimize. Like you see, you access facebook.com or any other good famous applications like Uber or taxi services. What happens is that you always see a very faster response, right? Millions and millions of responses are sent, requests are sent to these servers, so one server can never process this. So in reality, what happens, all of them are in a distributed network, right? They are nodes, right? And then possibly they might have their own database, right? Or they might have an access to one distributed database here, all of them. So this is another effort of optimization, and these requests doesn't directly go there. There is a kind of a gateway. The name itself tells you something in the middle that acts when you get a request to this layer will then forward it to a kind of a node, and it's being processed, right? It takes it to the server. It knows which node doesn't have enough capacity in terms, then it's processed. So this is another effort of identifying how we can scale applications, right? And then there is also even the database side is optimized. Now I can have my own database or I can have one central database that we can access for data persistence mechanisms. Now this users will not have a problem in accessing, and the server will always respond with accuracy. The user shouldn't wait a long time. This is part 2. Start thinking about distributed computing as well in this way, and figure out which are the latest distributed systems, or what architectures have you seen in terms of distributed systems. I'll make next video on another topic. Thank you.